I'm ready.
Your streaming face. How's your streaming face any different to your just recording face?
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
You like it's like the difference between Superman and Clark Kent. They're like near indistinguishable, but everyone's just who is this mystery man? All right, cool. We're about 25 seconds in here, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume we're live and the masses can see us. So welcome back to the Gidley Gang potty with Toddy. Tods has returned. Put his kids to bed. That's not a euphemism. He literally put them to bed, and we've banished that evil Marcel. So welcome back, Tods.
Good to be back.
Thanks, mate. Good to have you. Good to have you back.
You missed me last week.
Yeah, mate. There was all sorts of issues. Like I don't know. You bailed on me late, and then we started live streaming, and there was audio, and I had Marcel on, but he was kind of working while he was on, and yeah, it was just a schmozzle, mate. But it was a big round of footy, so I'm glad to have the maestro yourself back on to talk all things NRL fantasy. So yeah, quick brief thoughts on the round before we jump into the matchups.
Good football games. I'm glad it's only round 2 fantasy wise, but yeah, it's stitched up, I thought. But anyway, moving on.
Stitch up, eh? Interesting. Well, we'll get into all that. Let's jump straight in. First matchup. Marcel versus Mike. So, grand final rematch. The last few grand finals, I think, in fact. And pretty low scores. So, 370, 353. Marcel pulled one in the end over Mike. I was about to say Marcel pulled Mike. That wouldn't have gone well. So
you never know.
Yeah, if they're wives, let them. Why not? I say let the boys go for it. Moving on.
$20 is $20.
Who's paying who?
I don't know. Let's leave that one.
You have 20. You have my 20, and I have your 20. There you go. I think that's prostitution when the money gets exchanged.
As long as it's not Russian money, we're probably fine.
The rubles? Yeah, no. All right, well, having a look, Marcel really didn't deserve a victory with some of these scores. Some of them pretty woeful. Just having a quick look, he's got 1, 2, 3 scores in the 20s. So usually when that happens, it's lights out. And he's got nothing over a 57. Bunch of 50s. So, thoughts on his side?
So last week he only scored 289. So he hasn't really improved a great deal. I mean, he got 2 points, so I'd take that any day of the week. But
yep.
A couple of bad scores, but a
Yeah.
couple of scores there where like it could have been more as well for those players.
Kelly was not the answer to his halves dilemma by any stretch. 23. So I haven't watched a single Broncos game yet, and I'm going to try to keep that streak going for as long as I can. But judging by Kelly's score, he didn't do too much. Someone who did do quite a bit, Jesse Ramian, 50 points in the centres. He was actually really impressive. He had one of those games where he was just busting tackles. So,
terrible discipline, but
mate, got the Sharkies home. I mean, he didn't. Nico Hines did, but we'll get to that. But his Sharkies were a couple of his best. 57 from Finucane. It's been a good pickup. Be interesting to see if Finucane's minutes drop off a bit with McInnes kind of coming back and him slowly working up more minutes. But yeah, I mean, just having a look at Finucane, he's averaging 56.5. So yeah, that's I'm going to assume he scored 56 last week. So he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, and he's averaging about 63 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, I think when I saw that Lodge got 20 after he had a bit of a spew, it was a bit too hot on his return to footy. I thought it was all over for him, but yeah, managed to pull a win, so he'll consider himself lucky. He's still got this bench where basically everyone's injured. So, yeah, he's added a couple players. I don't know if he had Nofaluma or was Nofo injured. I don't know, but yeah, 18 points. Yeah, not Nofo of old. This ain't 2015 anymore, unfortunately.
No.
All right, moving on to Mike's side. Todd's, tell me where it all fell apart. Draft day?
No, Mitchell Moses was pretty poor. Even though he got 50, but he was poor. Momorowski was very poor.
Okay.
For the Roosters, every time I saw him do something, he made a mistake. Tessie New obviously was poor as well. His back three really let him down.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to question your call on Moses being poor with 52, but other than that, sound logic there. I mean, Jake Trbojevic back to doing Jake Trbojevic things, 42. And, yeah, Leilua was a bit better than last week. Martin was not. Martin being a plotter. Mahoney, 51, or Marnie, or however the fuck you say his name. Let's just call him Reed. 51 from Reed was much better. But, yeah, not enough. So, just two pretty disappointing scores from the boys.
I think Connor Watson also got injured.
Did he? Okay.
Correctly.
Yeah, well, you look that up and we'll move on to the next matchup. Toddy's refreshing the NRL Physio Twitter account, furiously trying to see what he's writing down. All right, next matchup. Kyle Newman, 385, versus Jared Roberts, 432, who briefly held the title of biggest scorer of the round until a few very late rescores put me just ahead of him, but 432, really good score. Yeah, one of the top scores of the season so far. And Kyle, just not close. You hate to see Kyle go down.
You do. I actually, I think Kyle might have given himself a real hot chance for that last game of the round. Farnworth 65. Sort of, I don't think he would have expected to get 65 from Farnworth.
No.
And yeah, Ricky 48. They're above their expectation.
Yeah, look, Jared definitely came home with a wet sail at the end there. And Stags bombed one over the try line as he posted in the old Facebook group. So, yeah, could have been an even more comfortable win. But, yeah, he'll take it for sure. So, big news is that Hodgson is actually out for the season. So,
yeah, I was just going to say that.
So Starling suddenly becomes the full 80-minute hooker. I'm assuming he played 80 minutes, or did they have another hooker on the bench?
I'm not sure.
I'll quickly look it
I'll
up.
look it up. Oh, you look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Yeah, talk me through who you liked on Jared's side.
Nat Butcher off the bench, I'm pretty sure. 72 from the bench on the Roosters.
Yeah,
that's impressive. Tedesco back to being James Tedesco.
Yeah, no.
63.
Teddy definitely won the battle of Teddy versus Turbo.
Yeah, definitely. So. Nakora was really quiet. He didn't do much for the Sharkies. Big Tino, 41. That's probably what you could probably expect from him this year, I reckon.
Yeah, he's not really delivering fantasy-wise, that's for sure. He's had a lot of promise, but hasn't happened. 53 minutes from Starling, so...
Okay. Well,
yeah. He, if he could get the full 80, he's a gun. But, yeah, still, he's got Brandon Smith is out, and, yeah, good option for now. So, but that's definitely going to hurt Kirsty, that's for sure. Yeah, Butcher, a couple tries. I mean, I can't see him scoring that every week, that's for sure. Nakora,
No.
poor, like you said. Yeah, and good stuff from his halves. Over to Kyle. Nico Hines, 84. I said to Marcel that Hines might be one of the pickups of the season. Involved in basically everything the Sharks were doing. So, yeah. And he's still kind of, he's getting his hands on the ball heaps, and he'll try to find a hole when he can and do his thing. He's not just he's doing that solo stuff that's good for fantasy. So I think consistency wise, maybe his ceiling's not quite as high as a Turbo or a Teddy, or a Pappy, but he's probably going to be more consistent because he's kicking. So. Yeah, could end up.
I reckon average of between 50 60 is probably going to be where he's going to be.
Yeah, could
maybe even a little bit higher.
Could end up being the best winger fullback this season. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Guff good. And Fanil Blake good. And Simpkin, I guess, 48. That's pretty decent. But other than that, there was 4 bang average scores in the middle of his side. So.
And also considering that Capewell and Hudson Young both scored 60 last week.
Yeah, back to reality. Jeez. They scored.
Sullivan, he scored half his points of what he did the week before.
Yeah, last week he definitely overachieved. So yeah, reality check for some of Kyle's boys. And yeah, his bench not doing too great, except for Burns.
One thing about his bench is Cameron McGuinness. That 18 is very tasty.
Is it?
Because he didn't play that many minutes. He was involved in a lot in a limited amount of time he was on the field. I'd be very happy with that 18.
Look, he's a long-term play because they're going to be warming him into it. So, yeah. Look, I mean, Bullimore's not going to be a long-term prospect. He's not long for the starting side there. He'll be on the bench soon enough. So, he's definitely going to need a nice mid. And this Nanai on his bench, I think he missed about 1 billion tackles. That's a 17. That's a 17 with a try. So I'll just quickly bring it up and see what he did. So yeah, with a try, tackles, he made 24 tackles and he missed 10 tackles.
Wow, that's massive.
And 3 errors. So minus 26 and then a penalty. So minus 28 points. Yeah. Not ideal. Anyway, Cole lost. So let's all do our happy dance and move on to the next matchup. Someone who's not doing their happy dance is Jesse and his Lara Croft side. Yeah, 350. He fancies himself a bit of a hot fantasy prospect, and yeah, he's not really delivered this week. Quite lackluster. I think he might have sent a message where he's like, done with fantasy for this week. Might have been after that Toa Edwards performance. I don't know. But yeah, not his best. Thoughts on that performance from Jesse's side?
Yeah, I mean, from Cody Walker down, it's a very sad-looking picture. Obviously, you got Bird there, 47, but Toa, Edwards, Walker. You throw Fitzgibbon in there, he got injured. No surprises.
Yeah, when's Fitzgibbon never finished for full 80?
Yeah. But yeah, the top 3 good scores, but everyone else needs to pick their game up.
Would you say that they have got a lift?
Oof. No, not yet.
No, they scored 350, mate.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah.
They don't yet know how hard it can get, so they don't have to lift. So all in good time. Campbell Graham 52 on his bench. I quite like that. So that Jay Bird edge flexibility might come in handy down the track.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Walker, ooh, poo. And
I think he definitely has a half problem he needs to fix.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, like, I didn't see that much either. I was out. But, the Rabbits got in it at the end. Like, they took it to, Golden Point, yeah?
Yeah, but they didn't do anything until the 68th minute. You know what I mean?
Right.
And his team just changed before my eyes. So
Okay. Yeah. I think Latrell scored pretty well, so it wasn't, some of the... And obviously Graham did, so don't know what Walker was doing. But moving right along to a victorious side, Muddy Hills, glorious surfs up, 391. So Gagai, playing like Queensland Gagai, 72 points and an average of 75. So
and he leads the league. He's got the best average in the league.
Wow. How much would you be getting on that? Like odds wise, that'd be like,
Oh, no, it can't be sustained, surely.
No. Well, they're coming up against Penrith this weekend, so
yeah.
Even without Cleary, Penrith have been very dominant. So,
they struggled against the Dragons.
Yeah. Okay, I'll pay that. But also very dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Munster okay on return. Hiku's going okay. That's a surprise.
Right.
Well, speaking of things that aren't sustainable, Hiku's never really had any long sustained efforts.
Definitely rocks or diamonds.
And Offa Hengawe has not been the thing that he's put Clifford in his side. He's a madman. His side's changed before my eyes, and he's taken out Munster and he's put in Clifford for next week. What are your thoughts on that?
Not good matchup wise, considering they play Penrith. I think that's a bad move.
What's he doing? You gotta play your guns, okay? You can't take Munster out for Clifford. Enough said.
He's got Luke Brooks as well.
Yeah, well, he scored 26, so he's a shit.
Jesse might be hitting Marty up for a couple of trade offers soon.
Oh, there you go. Jesse's side's changed as well, so Jesse's done what I said, and for next week. So yeah, I don't know. Tupanua, I'd be playing him. He I think he got an injury or a HIA or something. So he was.
That's with 2 tries. That 40.
Yeah, but yeah, he didn't play. He only played like 40 something minutes. So, I mean, he fucking scored the tries there, so he's playing pretty good to score too.
He was very poor last week.
Yeah,
just changed again.
But last week was last week, mate. So I think you were way too eager to get rid of him. Sometimes you got to give players a couple weeks. Anyway, moving right along, we'll get to that trade and how it worked out for you shortly. Yeah, Chris, 388. Chris is one of only 2 coaches that remain undefeated. So, good stuff. Chris, I'll be mailing your undefeated members club. I don't know where I was going with that, but your membership's in the mail for the undefeated winners club. You wouldn't get it, Todd, because you're not in it. All right, you fucking lost. So,
to be honest, after that introduction, I don't want it.
Oh, you know what? You can take your blurry webcam and you can fuck off. All right, I want to get myself.
I don't have a webcam.
What are you fucking using? What am I looking at?
I don't know. A laptop thing.
What do you mean laptop thing?
I don't know. It's not an actual webcam.
Yeah, it is. It's a fucking camera.
Yeah.
It's a web
computer.
Yeah, it's a webcam, and it's the camera transporting over the web. Web camera. What? Fucking hell. You know what? You'll never get any clubs like this, Tods.
Can you just hurry up?
Oh, sorry. Oh, you want me to hurry up and just talk about the footy? Because last week you were like, "There's no banter on this pod." So boring. Oh, what a boring pod. The worst pod I've ever fucking listened to.
What it was.
Nobody fucking made you listen to it, alright? Nobody
Because nobody listened to it.
put you a gun to your head. People did listen to it because they specifically said in the chat, we can't hear Marcel. And they all said, amazing. Can you always mute Marcel's audio? The perfect audio mix. The audio engineers were on point for that episode. Is that a toilet flush in the background?
That's a dishwasher.
Oh. Okay. I don't know where we were. We didn't even look at Chris's side. So
No, we haven't.
yeah. So anyway, he won 388. I mean, that's also not the best score ever, but look, he's undefeated, so he'll sure as shit take it. 388 versus 377. So yeah, close matchup. Marshall King 61. Damn, I'm gonna start watching some doggies games, mate, because there's some good performances here.
He was good.
Yeah, so he's one of a few hookers that are surprising and kind of scoring well above their draft pick position. So yeah, anytime he can mix it up with Harry Grant, then you're on a winner. So
That's right.
not so much Lindsay Collins. He's no Tupanua at the Roosters, is he?
I don't know what happened there. Whether he got like HIA or something, but
Yeah, I know he
very
played.
low for him.
I know he played super low minutes. So yeah, I think something was askew there. It's all a bit hazy. Yeah, Mitchell 43, Dufty 48. So he's winger fullbacks doing pretty well. He'll take that. And Kickout 66. He's off to a hot start. So I'd take that from Kickout while I could get it. To be honest.
2 tries in that.
Look at his bench though. The man, the myth, the legend, Matty Moylan, 48 points. He played pretty good.
He did.
So set up the match-winning try, and yeah, maybe if he keeps playing like that, he'll warrant some selection. We'll see. Moving over to the losing side, to the losers who lost. It's Rhett's team. Talk me through this one, mate. Where did it all go wrong for Rhett?
Papali was pretty dodgy, 36. That's well below what he would expect for him. I don't know who Gilbert is, but he was poor. Avarillo, 24. He did a lot, but it just doesn't reflect on his fantasy score, so that's a bit of a shame. And Joey Manu, like seriously, the guy is a fantasy fraud.
He's a myth. He's a myth, mate.
He is, but he doesn't have any other option there. So
no, his bench is looking pretty sad and sorry, isn't it? Yeah, Madison didn't play. Clemmer didn't play. So, but yeah, a few of his edge options that he actually played scored really well. Frizzell
and Wilton.
Yeah, Wilton might miss next week. I think might be on for a suspension.
He is.
So yeah, but yeah, Manu and Gilbert definitely shut the bed, and as well as Avarillo there. So I think yeah, he's unlucky to not get the win on that one. And yeah, he might have an edge problem if Wilton's not named and Madison's still dead.
Doesn't come back, yeah.
So yeah. But Egan 59, he's been scoring some tries out of dummy half each game. And yeah, but I mean he's never gonna play him like over Grant, so
No.
Yeah.
Quality player though.
Yeah. Might have to send him off to Kirsty and get some sweet trade magic happening. Alright, done. Moving on. Oh, what a matchup. What a great matchup. What a great victory by a great bloke. Austin, 387. Handsomely defeated. Some would say destroyed Cronulla Dulla. A lowly 386 points.
One.
Oh, man. If I only...
Sorry, Ash should cover your ears.
if I could only score 386 points, I might just off myself. I might just, that's it. That's,
386 wins most of the matchups this week.
Not this
Okay,
one.
maybe like two.
Not
but,
this. Yeah, two. Two of six. Wow. That's toddy maths for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk me through where your week fell apart, mate.
Well, it fell apart pretty quickly. Got off to a red hot start. I actually messaged Jesse. No, I was talking to Jesse.
Hold on. It fell apart. You're like, it fell apart quickly, but I got off to a red hot start. So
yeah, so it fell apart pretty quickly after that. 84 straight away. Cameron Murray in only 70-something minutes. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He didn't start the match either, so I was a bit worried about that.
Yeah. That was misplaced worries.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, my maths was poor. I needed 64 to win. And I said it was, what did I say it was?
Yeah, you text me, you're like, I need 84 points to win. And then I'm like, what? I'm like, Burton's on like 30 something points and you're only like 30 some behind. Like, what's going on here? And then I realized you were fucking terrible at maths in high school and you still are. So
that's right. I rang Gonzo and he told me. It's all good.
Yeah, God. Mate.
So my winger fullbacks, obviously. Sloan actually scored a try.
Did he?
And got 13.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, my. That's a really bad effort, mate. Yeah. That trade really hoodwinked you. If you hadn't done that trade and you were stuck playing Smith, you would have won.
Would have. Yep.
And if you probably had played Tupanua over Lane, you would have won. So you've done yourself in there, mate.
Yeah, but I'm happy with Lane. Lane's all right. He just got shut down quite easily against the Sharks.
He only scored 30, but I'm happy with him. Yeah, all right. Matty Burden, 62. He showed that he's not going to be a total bust at the Doggies. And, yeah, good stuff from your mids. So, look, there's some bright sides. If you could get a few winger fullbacks that actually score some points, you might have a handy side on your hands.
Yeah, it's the only problem. With who are we talking about? Matt Burton. I really noticed in the game. He plays on the left. He doesn't roam. He literally plays in like a quarter of the field. So anything that goes to the right, he's not involved in. The Dogs have to swing to the left.
He's that good, mate. He's that good. He stops himself. He's like, all right, I'm going to show how good I am just from this section of the field, you know?
Yeah, but if teams shut him down, the Dogs won't win. That's it. That's all I got.
The Dogs are all about getting shut down, mate. That's the top part of their strategy. Yeah, well, 62 points. He did not get shut down in this game, but he could not salvage that hot mess of a side. Moving right along to the victor, because we've spent enough time on the loser who lost. It is Ricky Martin. Still needs to change his team name. 85 points from Ben Hunt. Yowzers. So, all Hunt there. Yeah, big score.
From not really doing very much either.
Well, says you. I
was shocked.
I showed you the stats, mate. He made a ton of tackle busts. Offloads, line breaks. So there was plenty happening. And he'll be getting shut down this week, coming up against Cronulla, but that's a different story.
Absolutely.
But yeah, if you have a look at the rest of his side, pretty average.
Yeah, my winger fullbacks definitely cost me.
100%. Like you've got some better scores. You've got 3 scores over 60, where he's just got the 1 in the 80s, but more consistent. The winger fullbacks. So, and not a lot happening on his bench. McCulloch did come off injured though as well.
He dislocated his elbow. I don't see him playing this week, so that's an issue.
So really, he should have probably hit over 400, I would say. So yeah, you were lucky to be in it. No Ponga either. So yeah, look, you can't put away an injured and decimated Austin. You might as well just hang the boots up, mate, and go full time on the podcasting.
Happened to me last year against Austin. This was like this fucking. Sorry, Asher.
I trained him well.
Yeah. It's a shit house. Anyway.
All right, cool. Moving on.
I hate losing to teams like this. Moving on.
Wow, take that, Austin. Last matchup of the round. Boom. Stupid Sexton Flanders. 434. Chasing Teddy. 327. Boom. Midway through this match, Marcel texts me, "Oh, Kirsty could be on for an upset here. Oh, it'd be a big upset, one for the record books." And yeah, look, here we are with 100+ point drubbing. I haven't seen a defeat this big since Austin beat you in the previous matchup. Yeah. Big match and big scores, except for my winger fullbacks. They're doing nothing.
Your two guns.
My top 2 picks in the draft, absolute spuds, 24 and 34. Hot garbage. So they're not doing anything. So I've scored the 2 highest scores for the past week, or maybe in the first week, Jesse just beat me for highest score. I can't remember, but we were the top 2. So most points and undefeated, and with these 2 winger fullback spuds scoring like this, so the rest of the boys are definitely carrying the team forward. So the good Brayley, 63, he's been humming along.
The two main things that stick out from your side is Sexton and Brayley. Like. Something's definitely happened with Brayley. We spoke about it the other day. Yeah. He's a much better player now.
Yeah,
this year.
I think he's still really young. It's probably his 2nd or 3rd season as the starting hooker. So yeah, he's definitely added a bit to his game. Yeah, the mids were like fairly average. The edges are where it was at. Curran's been really good. And
he started off very slowly though.
Yeah, for sure. I had a few like that. It's like sometimes they do the opposite though. They come out of the gates hot. Like last week, Sexton was on 38 points, I think, after first half, and next thing Chris is making memes about him, and he put on another like 9 points in the second half. He gave the old commentator's curse. So yeah, I mean the side's going good when posting the biggest scores, and Huff and the guns aren't firing. So bit disappointed with some of the bench players. I mean, I guess Jaden Campbell's probably my best winger fullback at the moment. So maybe I should pull a Marty and ditch my guns. I don't think Kurt Mann's long for this world. And my Tigers boys are pretty disappointing. So, but Dilly Brown is proving to be a capable backup there. So yeah, Sexton's delivering a good so. Dylan Brown does not kick. 0 kick meters in that score.
Wow.
Yeah, it was all Moses. Could you imagine if he got like a quarter of the kicking? And
it's funny because Moses hurt his knee, so maybe he was carrying an injury or something.
At least that pleb. Is it Jack Arthurs? He's the coach's son. Yeah. At least he didn't come on and shift him out to the centers, because that guy's useless. But yeah, I digress. Moving on to Kirsty's side. As we spoke before, she's got Hodgson on her bench. He's done. He's gone. That spells bad news. If there was any side that could not afford to lose a player this early for the season, it's Kirsty. We've talked before about her dramas with the fact that auto draft wasn't that kind to her. Too many halves and too many mids. So, yeah, that hooker spot's super thin, like razor thin. So, Granville's not the option going forward, and I don't know what will be. So, not good. Were there any highlights to take out of this match for Kirsty?
Terry Evans, 61.
Look at her bench, mate. Firmer.
I can't see the bench. Yes, I did notice that. 70. That's a massive score.
You know what? I had an option, all right? I was like, when I did that trade for Dilly Bags, I was like, oh, I think, because I just kind of text her. I go, you don't have any, like, you need a edge because I think Barnett was named on the bench. And I'm like, you've got too many halves. I'm like, have this guy, you know, like. And I was like, oh, I could have given her Tuolagi, but I was like, oh, I want to give her like the guy I think's better, so like people don't like jump on me and start claiming trade rape. But she didn't even really look into it. Like, she's like, I don't have time, so just send it through. But I'm like, you haven't even played him. She hasn't even played him. She's just put him on the bench. And yeah, he was average last week, but yeah, he's shown some of that promise this week. So if she doesn't slot him in, yeah, I'll be asking you for a refund. I text her, I go, if you're not going to play him, you could have given me Dilly Bags for free. Don't know if Marcel would have allowed that, but yeah. So anyway, end of the day, yeah, there's some trouble spots. I mean, Ravalal 41, that's pretty good for him. 12 was okay, but yeah, some of the other boys, nah. Enough said.
Will Kennedy, that 26 is a bit rough because he has the potential to go massive, I reckon, if the Sharks are on.
Yeah. I think with the way Sharks are playing, he'll have some good scores in him for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, he can go a bit missing. So he scored more than Turbo though, so there you go. All these boys that paid 1.3 million for Turbo and Supercoach are just pulling their hair out.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, we got one bloke. He's like a full denier. He's like, no, Turbo's gone good. I'm gonna stay loyal. I'm like, mate, you're gonna lose all your fucking money. All right. Well, do you want to quickly run through the round 3 matchups? We'll just have a very quick look at them. See who's playing who, and then we will move on. So, first matchup, Marcel versus Jared. So 9th plays 10th. Both boys kind of need a win to get their seasons back on track. Just quickly, I have a bring up the ladder. I want to see. We've got Rhett and Michael on 0 wins. So just for context's sake, everybody else has got a win, and only Chris and I have 2 wins. So that's pretty well spread. Yeah. The fact that we've only got 2 coaches from 2 rounds that don't have a win. So, yeah, nobody's been super dominant so far, except for myself. So, yeah, good to see it. Good to see a nice even spread. So hopefully those 2 boys down the bottom can get a win.
And there's four coaches have scored over 800.
Yep. So quickly with this one, yeah, I don't know. I'm having a look at some of the matchups. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I'd like to see Jared get up again. He had the second biggest score last round. Yeah, I think we'll see how his Broncos strategy's going. They're clearly going.
The Cowboys.
They got to improve. Yeah, I thought the Raiders were a sure thing against the Cowboys, but that was like the one blemish on my tipping record was the Cowboys getting up. So maybe they're not the easy beats, and that is the derby. So they both sides usually get up for it. So, but
I think this matchup's going to come down to the NRL matchups. Like if you look, like the Bulldogs play Manly. He's got Papali'i, who was his first round pick, plays in Melbourne. So you'd think his numbers will be down. He's got some Broncos in there. There's a big derby matchup. His 2 Sharks players, probably game of the week against the Dragons. I'm probably going to be leaning towards Jared at this one.
Okay. It'd be interesting to see Manly are playing the Doggies, which, going off last season, would be a 50-point drubbing.
And you think Gary could be on?
Yeah, you'd think Garrick and Turbo are doing the business. So we'll see if those boys don't step it up and deliver something good against the Doggies. It could be a long season. Yeah, Garrick's definitely fallen off. I think without like last year's kind of scoring, where it's just tries for days, and he was kicking a ton of goals. He's a keen candidate for regression, unfortunately. So, all right, let's go with Jared on that one, just because be fun to see Marcel claw his way from the bottom to eventually win the premiership for the 50th time. Speaking of teams that know how to win a premiership, Mike sitting bang last in 12th. The title defence has started off about as well as Max Verstappen's world title defence last night at Bahrain. 0 points. RIP, Max.
DNF.
Do not fucking start. That's what that stands for, right? Do not fucking start me, Max says. DNF. All right. Well, yeah. Look, I'm gonna tip Mike to turn it around. You can't.
Yeah, so am I.
You can't keep a good Mike down. That's what they always say. And he'll be keen to get his premiership defense back on track, even though it's got next to nothing to do with him. It's completely down to the players and a lot of luck. So yeah, hopefully it'll be on his side. But good to see Marty up there, 5th place. Yeah.
Well, it's round 2 for God's sakes.
It's what?
It's round 2.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to discredit Marty's ladder position?
Yes.
He fucking earned that 5th spot on the ladder.
And when he gets to like round 8, then we can start.
Where are you on the ladder?
Like 4th.
Oh yeah, you're just fucking upset because Marty's hot on your heels and he's coming for you. Oh yeah, I beat Martin, so Marty's coming hard for you. He's coming so hard.
Okay, this is just going way off track. Oh my god.
Hey, it's like you said, mate. $20 is $20, all right? So
it's true. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
You're like, Bree, look at all this money I've got. Oh shit. All right. Kyle versus Rhett. Yeah, Rhett needs a win, and Kyle needs to lose again. So he doesn't need to, but
I can't see Kyle losing. Hines is too good. I think Hines is gonna. Once he gets Cleary back, he would have close. And I have to apologise to Kyle because I dissed his side at the very beginning.
Right.
It's
not like you to
definitely change.
It's not like you to get a call on.
Tune. Definitely not.
No.
I've changed my tune. I think once he gets Cleary back, he'd be in the top 3 to win the combo.
All right. Well, yeah. Look, he's going to have issues with Bullymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think
any centre. He's got a dodgy centre as well.
But Rhett's got issues with Wilton, so it is what it is. There's issues. Everybody has issues.
Issues galore.
More issues than Playboy magazine. Yep, me too. What? Would you have wanted me to go with a different magazine?
No,
more issues than Reader's Digest. Is that a magazine? More issues than the Ulladulla Times.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Doesn't it? Oh no. Journalism really is dead. That's
all online now, ain't it?
Wow. Must read. Speaking of must, this match is a must watch. Jesse versus Austin. Sixth plays seventh. You couldn't find two more even teams if you poked a stick at a bunch of teams that were even. So, I'm sorry. Do you want to do the analogies?
No.
All right, you can do you're doing the intro for the next matchup. Okay.
It's our matchup.
Yeah, well, you're doing the intro for it, so better start working on your improv, mate. Yeah, this one here, I don't know.
I'm picking Jesse.
Are you?
In a landslide.
I'm gonna pick Austin. You know, he had a really big win last week over an easy beat, and I think he's got some form under his belt. So, yeah, we'll see. Ben Hunt for another 80 points. And then you'll text me and you'll be like, Hunt didn't do anything. So
He's shit house anyway.
Yeah, well. Yeah, he's going to get
Thursday night game as well. So.
He's going to get wrecked by the Sharkies, no doubt. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Tobo's out. Tobo's injured, so I think he's gone for a month.
Like 8 weeks or 6 weeks or something.
Yep. Not good. He's got to change his team name now. Well, it's still on the side, but anyway. All right, moving on to the next match. It's not us. Take it away, Toto.
No. Good matchup, this one.
So
that's it.
I said hit me with some random analogy. That's the worst segue ever.
Nah, that's not my style, man. Actually, this isn't the best match. This isn't a close matchup, actually.
It's second place.
Ned's going to win this easily.
Handedly. Yeah, look, he's got some quality players. And we've spoken about the issues on Kirsty's side. Be interested to see what she does in between now and game day. Yeah, Granville's not going to cut it. I think there needs to be a couple changes, maybe a trade or two. Whether she'll be interested in doing it is a different story. I've no doubt she's listening to the pod right now, hearing all those changes. Or maybe she's watching the Formula One. So
she's a Formula One nut now.
Oh, mate. Yeah, she's been watching since, the start of the season. But absolute diehard.
So she hasn't even seen it yet, probably.
I was like, you got your Foxtel login? She's like, yeah. I'm like, go watch. I said, go watch the highlights package. It's 30 minutes. I'm like, that'll just ease you into it. So, all right. But yeah, that whole family's obsessed with Formula One, mate. I'm like, I was out with her sister, and she's looking at Lando on Instagram. I'm like, how the fuck do you know Lando? It's just like ridiculous. Formula One taking over. All right, moving on. I think, Chris will win.
Chris went on. Yep.
All right. Speaking of winners, I am versing you. This is a battle as old as time, or as old as 1991.
Okay.
I think
Let's just guess that year, or
it's like we were born in 80.
That's about right.
We were born in 88, and I was 3 years old when I met you. So
wow.
And here we are, 30 years later. Oof. How time has not been kind to us. Oof. Mostly you, but
yeah.
Okay, moving on. Are you mentally prepared to lose?
No, I'm actually quite confident. As long as my fullbacks can do something, I can win.
Mate, I've shown that fullbacks don't need to do anything. Okay? I am happy for my fullbacks to be total spuds, because the rest of the boys, they're gonna deliver the goods.
Put it into perspective. My fullbacks scored 19 points collectively last week.
Yeah, and here I am complaining about Turbo's 24 or something. So, yeah. Well, look, all I can say is may the best man win. And I consider myself to be the better man. So thank you for trying. But kindly see yourself out, Tots. This is going to be my victory. I look forward to seeing what you do with your winger fullbacks. It'd be a shame if you ditched Clockstad and he came out and showed everybody what he's capable of.
You're seriously going to sit there and try to ghost me into making a change? And you know what? He's staying. No, he's going to stay there.
What'd you call it? Ghosting? I'm pretty sure I was gaslighting.
Yeah. Gaslighting, yeah.
But
who cares?
No, but that is the way, isn't it? Like, I mean, you take someone out, and next thing you're like, yeah,
it's happens all the time.
Yeah, that's why it's like where I was saying before with Marty taking Munster out. I'm like, pick and stick, you know, like they're guns for a reason. So
yeah,
but yeah. Look, CNK is not exactly a gun, but surely they played better than they did last week against, the Cows. Ricky would be fucking fuming in the sheds. Yeah. All right. Anyway, well, that better end it off. So yeah, I would say best pod ever. Thoughts?
I think round 1 was our best pod. I think, yeah, just getting back into it.
I think round 2 was our best pod.
I think it was. You even count that? I'm not sure.
No. Okay, well, I'm going to hit the stop streaming button, and it's just going to stop at a random time. I watched the end of last week's episode, and yeah, it just kind of cut out like mid-sentence. So it was definitely not when I pressed the button. So, yeah. All right.
Quality editing here.
I am pressing it now.